Back with us, Joe Pinion. We've also got Patrick Murphy. Joe, it is interesting, this move on the part of Stellantis, because they know full well that Donald Trump is looking at cutting their taxes and is not looking kindly at companies that manufacture, in this case, more abroad. So what do you think of them doing it anyway?
I mean, look, I think first and foremost, you can always kind of roll things back in the event that things don't go their way, and things not going their way looks like Kamala Harris becoming president. And so I think that they can credibly go to shareholders trying to say that this is what they believe to be in the long-term interest of shareholders, while at the same time hedging their bets in case there is a President Trump presidency. I will simply say, again, that we have to make a decision as a country. Do we want cheap goods, or do we want quality goods that support American jobs? And I think part of the problem that has existed on the left is that they want to go into the streets and say no justice, no peace. They want $20 minimum wages, but they do all of it wearing T-shirts that were sewn together by Uyghurs in slave labor. And so this is a dichotomy. And I think why you see President Trump gaining so much traction is because you have a forgotten rural class, forgotten Americans that are actually looking forward to having a president that doesn't just talk about middle-class Americans, but is actually going to put in place policies that make it easier for Americans to have the jobs that we lost after World War II finally begin coming back to the United States of America.
Pat, I wanted to pick your brain a little bit on the union relationship with Kamala Harris, because you hear a lot that, the Teamsters, of course, are not endorsing one candidate or the other, but Teamster members by about I think about a 3-2 margin favor Donald Trump. And that's often the case. And it's not as if that crowd, the union crowd, is really galvanized and excited about her. Does she need to speak out more about this and manufacturing operations abroad and companies that do that? Or what do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, listen, I think my grandfather served in the Pacific in World War II, came back home for decades, worked as a Teamster driving trucks for Acme supermarkets, right? So she needs to talk about how we have to make manufacturing in America again, and she's done it. 642,000 jobs just under the CHIPS Act that her and Joe Biden did. Talk about infrastructure. We got to make things in America again. But I agree with Joe. I mean, Donald Trump's unhinged, and he says the right thing. He says, I'm going to do a 200% tariff on John Deere. John Deere, 75% of John Deere manufacturing is in America. He just threatened, the car company, right? This guy is a fake
again, the
tough
Biden
guy.
administration hasn't undone most of those tariffs. So now this is different. You're quite right. Some of these are put that on steroids. I get it. But if they were so aghast at them, you'd think they'd roll back the ones he already had, and they haven't.
Right, and they haven't done that in 4 years. That's why one of the reasons why we have manufacturing in America. Yeah, not all of his ideas were bad. His ideas now, horrible. He's unhinged. Listen, he just threatened Americans using military force. I mean, here he says, we the people are more dangerous than China and Russia. He's threatening companies. I mean, come on, people got to wake up and understand we need a new generation of leaders. We need people who are going to make things in America again. He lost manufacturing jobs. She's gained manufacturing jobs, and we're going to double down on making things in America again, if given the chance, if we make the right decision November 5th.
All right, so I'll put you down as a maybe on Trump. Joe, where do you see this going? What will be the decider the next few weeks? Something usually swings and opens up. I don't know what it might be, if it happens at all, but what do you think?
Oh, look, I believe that those undecided voters, however few they may be, since we are looking at an electorate that was divided by about 78,000 votes across 3 states in 2016 and about 45 to 48,000 in 2020, but those voters are going to be sitting around the kitchen table asking themselves the question, do we feel as if the border is secure? Do we feel as if it is right that there are people who came to this country illegally that are enjoying a better quality of life than we are? Are we concerned about the fact that the people who told them that we were going to be the return to normal nation have led to a war in Gaza because of policy decisions that were made here at home? The first war of expansion in Europe since World War II because of policy decisions that were made here at home. With China trying to close their grip around the entirety of the South China Sea. These are things that keep people up at night. I think that will be the deciding factor, which is why I think you see those polling numbers closing as we get closer to November 5th.
All right.
And Neil, if I can mention something,
super quick.
Joe made a great point earlier. He talked about T-shirts being made, over in China, and he's absolutely right. But actions speak louder than words. I mean, you have Donald Trump selling Bibles with Lee Greenwood right now that are made in China. So people are buying, God bless the United States,
Bible.
Bibles.
I mean,
come
Not
on,
the Chinese Bibles,
All right,
man.
guys.
The word of
that's
God
fine.
is sacrosanct.
That was not what I asked. All right,
I'm
but
not
Joe
pro-Bible,
and
but
Pat,
I'd rather
great
be made in
job.
America.
You're still talking, and I'm still going to a commercial after this.